Kongkoy Ghost. The story you're about to hear is true, and it happened right here in Thailand. Today we'll talk about the Kongkoy Ghost. Our listener, Mr. Payung, says, I once heard about the Kongkoy Ghost from a middle-aged woman who sold papaya salad in my neighborhood about 10 years ago. She said that when she was a little girl, she lived with her parents in a corrugated iron house in northeastern Thailand. One night, she was sleeping with her mother. It was quiet and it was getting late. She woke up because she needed to pee, so she woke her mother to take her. Before she could fall back asleep, she heard a knocking sound. What was that sound? I've never heard it before. She opened her mouth to ask a question, but her mother, as if knowing, reached out and covered her mouth with a soft shush sound. That shush sound was enough for her to understand that her mother wanted her to stay silent. Country children are often taught not to be talkative or make careless remarks at night. So she didn't ask anything, but she was still afraid. That morning, Mom told her, "It's the sound of a ghost, a koi sound. It's coming out to hunt. When it goes out to hunt, it makes that koi sound." It gave her goosebumps. She thought it was a good thing she didn't blurt out the question to her mother, otherwise she didn't know what the consequences would have been. She asked her mother what it ate. Her mother said it ate fish, crabs, shrimp, and shellfish that it caught. But if it was really hungry, it would even eat small children. Oh, that scared her so much that she didn't dare leave her mother's side at night. Mr. Payung remembered the story the papaya salad vendor told him vividly and thought that if he were a child and his mother had said those things, he would have been so scared that he would cover himself with the blankets every night. Later, he heard another uncle tell a story about the Kongkoy Ghost. This uncle, 70 years old, lives in the same village, in a different alley. He stays at home, taking care of his adorable little granddaughter while the child's parents are at work. He himself is of Mon ancestry, and his grandparents also kept Mon spirits. In front of his house, he planted a large mango tree with spreading branches. There was a wooden bench he made himself, where he sat to rest in the shade while the cool breeze blew comfortably. Mr. Payung also likes to talk to him. He likes to tell old stories. Mr. Payung has heard many ghost stories from him. He used to be a temple boy and was once haunted by the ghost of a woman who died in childbirth. He said that the Kongkoy Ghost is real. His father told him the story again when they were living at home in Kret district, Nonthaburi province. That place, in the old days, was undeveloped. At night, it was dark and frightening. There was only a vast, dark field, and then silence. My father told me that when he was young, he used to fish with hooks and nets in the wide fields. There was a period when he didn't catch much fish, even though there were traces of fish caught on the hooks and nets. He didn't know how they escaped, so he kept checking, believing someone must have stolen them. One night, around 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., it was moonless, but there were enough starlight from the sky to see in the open field, and that's when they encountered thieves. At first, my father believed it was a person. He rowed the boat closer, quietly, and as quietly as possible, but the other side sensed his presence and fled. My father shone his flashlight on it and saw the doctor's body. At first, he thought it was a child. It was very small and was using both hands to propel itself above the water's surface. My father insisted that it wasn't using a boat, that there was no boat. My father shouted at it to stop, not to run away, to surrender and be caught. It turned sharply to look at my father. My father was stunned. His body went numb. He almost fainted because of its strange face, bald head, thinning hair, wrinkled, grotesque face. Just a fleeting glance was enough to make my father lose the strength to chase after him. His hands and feet were weak, unable to row or paddle, consumed by fear that gripped his heart. When I got home, I told the old people about it. They told my father, That's a Kongkoy Ghost. It's good that you didn't follow it. If it got cornered, it would have bitten you. When Mr. Payung heard this, he felt that, yes, the Kongkoy Ghost was really scary. He even added another story. A Kongkoy Ghost kidnapped a man to be his husband. The young man was a fisherman. The ghost was eating his fish, and when he encountered it, it grabbed him. He couldn't fight against its immense strength, so it took him to a cave in the middle of the forest, and then moved a large rock to seal the cave entrance. He tried to escape but couldn't move the rock. He endured it for a long time, until one day, it went out to forage, and forgot to close the cave entrance. He escaped, and returned just in time. He ran away, and the creature chased after him until he was exhausted and collapsed, pretending to be dead from menstruation. It poked his lower back with its finger, trying its best not to laugh. It understood that he had passed away and left. He survived and returned to his family. He said that one of the old monks told him this story. But then, later on, Mr. Payung learned from reading on the internet that the Kongkoy Ghost had a strange and bizarre appearance. Some people say it's a ghost with only one leg, and that single leg's foot is twisted, with the heel facing forward and the toes pointing backward. Its belly is also bulging, like a starving child from the countryside, a child with a swollen stomach. They say it's a forest spirit, often found in northeastern Thailand. Its appearance resembles a monkey, or perhaps its mouth is long and protrudes like a tube. When it goes out to forage, it hops and leaps in the darkness, making a koi koi sound as if to call out its name. But some say that the face resembles a mythical creature, not a ghost, but an old, decrepit human. Like an elderly human, weak and exhausted, unable to climb trees anymore, forced to forage for food on the ground, in the forest, and at the base of trees. Having exhausted their strength and ability to swing, they would jump haphazardly. People who didn't know better would go into the forest and see them, and mistakenly assume that the old nephew was a ghost. Human beliefs continued, with the idea that drinking the blood of an old, decrepit nephew would grant invincibility and make them impervious to bullets and swords. So, some groups went into the forest to hunt old nephews. In the old days, people traveling through the forest and camping overnight were very wary of the Kongkoy Ghost, fearing it would sneak in and suck their blood while they slept unaware. It comes silently, targeting the person's toes, then uses its mouth as a tube to suck, gulp, drank the blood until the person was dry. Hikers protect themselves by lying down with their legs crossed and their toes tucked in, keeping their feet completely covered for safety. It's not just Thais who believe in the Kongkoy Ghost. Malaysians believe in it too. However, they say it has only one leg, and that leg lacks a kneecap. It's small, with large, bulging eyes, frighteningly pointed ears, and long, unkempt hair. These spirits can be found in forests and mountains. It is said that you should not touch them, as it will bring bad luck, illness, and incurable diseases. Thank you for listening to Thai Local Tales. I'm Captain Piroj. Until our next journey together, take care, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode.